and welcome to Messing Around Mondays. We're here with the Next Guy Up podcast. We are so glad you are joining us here today. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. If you listen to us, this is the weekend after Thanksgiving. What a tough Monday to be going back to work. We're recording Sunday night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've had at least 3 Thanksgiving dinners, and I had one today, my last one, and I'm like, holy cow, I've gained at least like 5 pounds just over this weekend, almost guaranteed. And so we hope we can be a nice little boost to your Monday morning after the holidays. Guys, we only have about a month till Christmas. You guys realize that? I started doing the math up today. We got, including today's episode, just 3 more Mess Around Mondays, and then the next one is Christmas Day. The next Monday. So from today, it's 5 weeks until Christmas.
And guess what?
That's
we'll
true.
have an episode that day, because how many days off?
If you ever once missed a day. Except for I recorded last week at my parents' house, and I left my laptop charger there. So I hope I can, if anybody has a really old and outdated Apple charger, send it to me in the mail, because I need it to edit this podcast today. If you're hearing this, I figured it out, but if not, I don't know how I recorded it, how I edited it before it went out. Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving weekend, everybody?
Yeah, I had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend. We had our big Thanksgiving meal yesterday. It was, you know how I feel about Thanksgiving food, but went to McDonald's afterwards. So
Well documented at this point, yeah.
Got a couple of McDoubles. They've never let me down once in my whole life. So
Not a single time.
that's winning.
It sounds like you're doing Thanksgiving right, Tints.
And then Thursday, we didn't do anything. We just sat around, watched football all day. We did I don't remember what we made for dinner, but it wasn't tacos like I wanted. I think we did. I can't even remember now, but it was good. Morgan made a homemade buffalo mac and cheese, and it was fire, actually.
Sounds good.
So,
Well, I wasn't even with Tinsley, but I know one thing that happened. He doesn't know I'm about to say this. One thing that happened at his Thanksgiving was when Dolly Parton came on for the halftime show, he definitely turned the TV off immediately. She was, we all know now, Tinsley, a hater of Dolly. She was Jolene and a couple other songs, and was out there in shorts that nobody wanted to see. So
yeah, no. So I don't hate Dolly Parton. I just don't think she can sing anymore. For clarification here.
Did you get some hate mail this week?
No, surprisingly not. But I feel like all of
Just your wife?
Well, yeah, Morgan
And daughter?
Actually, yes, my daughter did. She was angry. I was listening to the pod when I picked her up from school Tuesday, and I fast forwarded it to that part because I knew she'd have something to say about me not liking Dolly Parton. And she was mad. She said, "You can't be mean about Dolly. She sends me books in the mail every week."
That's true.
So,
That's true, Tins.
Had that going for me.
Something to think about.
But luckily, my dogs did have to go to the bathroom right at the halftime show of the Cowboys game, so I did miss the whole thing. What a shame.
Bummer.
I
think it was more successful than her last halftime show, though. Or her performance at Neyland, at least. She's saying we are the champions.
Which is tough because Georgia then destroyed us.
She's saying we are the champions at halftime. She's saying Rocky
Cowboy thing. Okay, sorry, got my wires crossed there.
Wanted to rub that in, Tins.
I'm a Vols fan too.
I know you are. I'm just kidding. It's just a harsh reminder.
It's true.
We're recording this on Sunday night, and we're also sweating out the last piece of our parlay.
Yes.
We really, by the time you're hearing this, you know whether we won or not, but we really need the Eagles to have a big second half here. So that's where we're at.
They just went 3-0.
Yeah. Just in case you don't listen to Friday's episodes, we are big sports guys. We know ball.
That's right.
We've been hitting bets all weekend. Now we just need the Eagles to put the cherry on top.
Just wrap it up in a bow. Yeah. That's true. Mason, did you do anything else fun Thanksgiving?
So we had my families. We talked about the last episode at Crackle Barrel. Went really well. We had no wait time, and then I had chicken and dumplings, but Jalen took a picture of it and was like, look at that. That's not your Thanksgiving meal. And then Tinsley said, doesn't look like dressing to me. Well, joke's on you. I had a side of dressing with my chicken and dumplings. I went that route because I knew we were having Thanksgiving meal at Jalen's family that night.
Of course.
I want to say that chicken and dumplings was on my Thanksgiving platter.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Which that's the first time I ever had for Thanksgiving, chicken and dumplings. But
was it fire?
Yeah, it was good. Service was great. It really is like if you got nothing going on like what Tinsley did this last I know he's got 2 kids. It might be a little difficult with like going out and stuff, but give it a shot. Old Crackle Barrel. I had to work on Friday. Payne doesn't take a day off. So we physical therapy clinic, we had to work and then just chilled and kind of hung out. We took the dog to the dog park. Pretty day yesterday. Thanos ran around. That was about it. So we've kind of just today is Zack was talking about it being tough going back to work on Monday. It has been a lay around type of weather with it being very
it has been, cold,
rainy and gloomy and cold here in the Tennessee area.
Agree. Hard agree. Well, today we are going to be getting into a little bit of Christmas content in the next couple of weeks. You know us, we love our holiday content. We're going to try and bridge the gap here today and stay away from Christmas. I have allowed myself to start listening to Christmas music. I know that was another hotly contested topic. You know, I'm gonna just say it out right now. Whenever I turned that first Christmas song on Friday, it felt good. You know, I'd waited for it, and it felt like it really hits whenever you feel like you've earned. You earned it. The time. So there's my take. It was very nice. But we'll probably do a Christmas music draft at some point. We're not there yet, but we will get there. Okay. Do we have some press releases, everybody?
Yeah, I got a press release to kick us off.
All right, Mason, hit it.
Yes. So I know we're taking a break from like some holiday drafts and stuff, but I do have a holiday topic, and that is I was curious to know, I wonder, because I felt so Black Friday shopping has changed a lot. We already talked about this in previous episodes, but we needed something like an ingredient on Thanksgiving Day. We were like, oh, let's stop by Walmart. Completely forgot they were closed. The Dollar General was actually open. I was like, oh yeah, Walmart's like closed on Thanksgiving. That's crazy. And Black Friday's kind of like changed how they do things. So I was curious to see how much online shopping has changed how we do shopping. U.S. consumers with online shopping is evident with a 93% of holiday shoppers at least buying one item of gifts online, including about half, 47%, who will buy all or most of their gifts online. So
wow,
that's crazy. Yeah. So when you think online shopping, what do you think of? You think of Amazon. So I was curious about how much Amazon makes just during the holiday season. Amazon forecasts holiday quarter for this year revenue is ranged from. Actually, I want you all to guess. Take a guess.
Wait, what am I guessing?
Like how much revenue they'll make during the holiday season.
Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go 1 billion, Bob.
I'm gonna go 5 billion.
160 billion to 167 billion.
It's like total sales.
Total sales.
Oh.
Last holiday quarter was 149 billion. So they're just.
And you have to deliver all those boxes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as a UPS worker, we do. So the day after Thanksgiving, we go in. It's a holiday, so we get compensated extra for it, but we do now start working 6 days a week. Drivers and package handlers. I do preload early in the mornings. We'll start going in at like 2 a.m. and all that fun stuff 6 days a week. So be nice to your UPS drivers. Be nice to your UPS preloaders if you know one. We're sleep deprived and running on energy drinks.
And they're not making the $50 an hour you hear about UPS drivers out there.
Yeah, we only package handlers. We only make 23 an hour.
Dang.
The inside scoop over here, man.
Yeah, let's reveal some more stuff on the pod then. UPS Insider.
Oh, nope.
So
we could go viral. That would be awesome.
I could get fired.
Tinsley to have a job. So when you think of Amazon, who do you think of? Say it together, everybody. Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Uncle B.
All together, Uncle B.
I wish he was my uncle.
How much? Because why, Zach?
Because he makes a lot of money.
Correct. How much money do you think he makes in an hour? We're going to do this again. Everybody guess. This is going to make you sick. Go ahead.
$500,000 an hour.
Zach.
$1.2 million.
$1.43 million.
Oh, pretty close.
So, something
yes,
Chris. I would love to just make that in my lifetime, and he makes that in 1 hour. The hour that we did this podcast, he's going to be making $1.43 million.
But we're providing content to the world. What is he doing?
Absolutely
nothing.
So yeah, that's my press release. Isn't that crazy? How it's changed a lot. So the whole Walmart thing, because we asked one of the workers. I think we may have talked about this. 2020 was when they changed how they did things. And a lot of it, I saw some research. Because of the amount of trampling, people getting hurt, people getting in fights. That's why they changed it to this.
Yeah,
and it's a whole lot easier now. I feel like for people, but bots have kind of chilled out. They used to have the bots a lot. I think they kind of chilled out. I still use them to win my drafts, but
it's true. He does.
Go ahead, Tins.
I was going to say, I went into Walmart Friday not thinking. So I got off work, and I work 2 part-time jobs. I work at a restaurant here in town, too. We were open for some reason on Black Friday. Like Mason's boss said, Payne doesn't take a day off. Well, people don't take a day off from eating burritos. I work at a place called Blue Coast Burrito. I'm the cook. People were coming in. They were already tired of Thanksgiving leftovers. We were slammed all day long, which was surprising. So I got off there, went to Walmart. I just wanted some snacks for the weekend. I didn't think anything about Black Friday, and it really wasn't that bad. There weren't like, how like we used to go in the Walmart and there'd be like stations all over Walmart. Even the next day, it'd be like, this is the thing that's for sale. And it'd be like all the DVDs or like
when we were a country.
Yeah, Tupperware sets and cook sets and TV stations,
the good old days.
Nothing. It was just a normal Walmart. You would go to the garden aisle area with your phone if you had a Black Friday purchase, and you'd be like, hey, this is what I bought on the app, and then give it to you. So that's how the Cookville one was, which was, I don't know, it was just weird to me that that's how we're doing Black Friday now. I miss the days of rummaging through all the deals.
Me too.
You used to get like a paper map. Sorry, Tins.
Yeah, the paper map.
And you got like a paper map that told you, and things were never where it made sense. Like the DVDs were like in the deli section.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like in the like gardening stuff. It was like
that's true.
Like it never made sense why they put all that there. But they had this map that was like hard to read, and everybody's like looking at it, and you had to be so strategic about. And it's just that's not a thing anymore.
And as a group of, it'd always be like us 3 and our significant others, and then like 3 of our other friends and theirs too. We've got a squad of like 12, 14 people trying to all run around Walmart together.
It's true. Find stuff.
Stuff.
Squad up.
And then we'd be like, well, what's the fastest way of checking out? Because some people would be like, "Oh, it's faster back here in the electronics," or "Oh no, it's faster if you just wait in line up here." So we divide and conquer
The
a lot
lines
of
are like
times.
25 people long.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just very nostalgic that it's not probably ever going to be that way again.
Our kids will never know that.
They'll never know
Black
the war times of Black Friday.
They'll be trying to beat people on clicking on like the internet on websites.
Yep, pretty much.
First 15 people to put this in your cart get it for 75% off.
Well, the last memory I have was us convincing Zack to buy an Xbox that stressed him out. And then he gets to the front, and it didn't even have, like, where you put the games in. And he had games, like, with him.
It was a digital-only Xbox.
It's fine. I still use it. I used it today.
That's the last memory.
That did happen. Yep. True facts. Okay.
Your turn.
All right. So I have a should I watch that segment. I'm going to push it to the back of press release before we get there. I am going to. I have another thing I'm going to talk about a little bit. So as we know, there have been the people at Marvel have had a kind of tumultuous time. There's been some pretty bad stuff out there. The Marvels dropped, and it was pretty mediocre overall. Not great, from what I've heard. I've not actually watched it yet, so don't take that's not my show. I watched that. I've not watched the movie, but I've just heard it's not very good. But there's been some rumors that Sam Raimi, who kind of famously directed the Spider-Man movies, he was the director of Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Those are the original ones. Has been rumored to direct both Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars, which I think for a lot of people kind of elevates the status of those a decent bit. Especially there's been increasing rumors about Fantastic Four casting potential. There's been a lot of names swirling around. Some really interesting names, actually. The top name being... oh shoot, I'm blanking on it.
The guy from Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yes. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Do we have any opinions on that, Tins Mason?
Sorry, Morgan just came in here and asked me a question. I'm trying to go mute.
That's okay.
We're good now.
I'll take over.
We're good now. Go ahead.
I liked him in Mandalorian, and I'm also blanking. We're doing really well on this. He was in the zombie apocalypse.
The Last of Us. Yep.
Yeah. So no, it's a good. I think it would be a good call.
He's actually way back. He was. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's also back in Narcos as kind of one of his original roles, but he's kind of been typecast as this like father figure, like in Mandalorian and The Last of Us, in a couple of different ways. And so I really like him as an actor. I would never have picked him for this role in Mr. Fantastic, but I think it's a pretty cool one. So there's a lot of really exciting news in the Marvel front. I think that they know people are a little frustrated with some of the stuff that's been happening nowadays and with the whole Jonathan Majors kind of fiasco that's going on there. But Loki was very good. And I think if this new Deadpool movie is good with Ryan Reynolds and Wolverine in it, I think they could be on the up and up coming around. So just be on the lookout there. I think there are some big properties coming out soon on the horizon, even though it's been rough going as of late.
John Krasinski was rumored for the longest, right?
Yeah, he was like the fan cast, and so that he was cast as that in the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange movie, which Sam Raimi also directed, by the way. And it kind of went okay, but I think a lot of people wanted someone a little bit different, someone, I don't know, with a little bit more. I like John Krasinski, but a lot of people when they saw him just kind of were unimpressed a little bit. Maybe it was because the movie was kind of mediocre overall.
Yeah.
But I think it could be good. So there's my press release.
Yeah, I kind of wished for him to get it, John Krasinski, but I think he's at a point of his career where he's probably going to pass on the whole superhero genre. I know he was a front runner for Captain America. When it ultimately went to Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Bummer. I wish he would have been involved in the Marvel, whole Marvel universe early on in his career. I don't think he'll want to do it now. But I don't know. I like the Fantastic Four. I like the original one. So I'm excited.
Not the remake?
Yeah, the remake, not so much.
I didn't actually watch it. I've never even seen it.
I think I've seen maybe 30 minutes of it on TV. Like, you know how they'll do, like, FX will have a movie on for some reason, and I popped it on, and I was like, oh, I see why everyone hated this. It was pretty bad.
Could be. Yeah. I'm excited to see, like, a big budget kind of Marvel feature. I think it could be very good if they do it right. So that will be highly anticipated. Maybe that's the only thing that can pull Marvel out of the slump it's in is like if we actually get some X-Men, some Fantastic Four action.
Yeah, I think they need to go back to their roots of big blockbuster type movie. I don't think the TV series have done them like any good, because a lot of times the way I feel about the TV series so far is it could have just been a movie instead of dragging this out for like 8-9 episodes of some of these. You could have just made a very good movie and done a better job storytelling instead of kind of dragging it out where it doesn't need to be at certain points. Now I'm like 2 episodes in the Loki right now, and it's been really good so far. I'd say it's the exception.
Loki is good.
I say Loki is probably the exception. WandaVision, I was a fan of. I know it kind of I've heard mixed reviews from people where some people really love it, some people thought it wasn't that great.
It came out during COVID when there was like essentially nothing else happening in the world.
Yeah.
So that was definitely to its benefit.
Right.
I will say that it's really interesting. This last thing we can say about it, and then we can move on. But I know that it's really interesting that the Star Wars has done very well with their TV show properties.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like Mandalorian, has been extraordinarily successful. And then Andor, which just got a second season announced, I think, for 2024, also has been very good. And Ahsoka was good. There's been a lot of really good stuff happening there. Whereas Marvel's kind of the opposite. Their TV show franchises have just not been as popular. So pretty interesting situation there. I think there are a couple of big Star Wars movies coming up soon, but there hasn't been one in a while. And they've kind of been throwing all their stuff into these big properties that are TV shows now, like Mandalorian, which has been maybe the most successful thing Disney Plus has done, like overall, like total. Yeah.
I do feel like the Star Wars TV series have really set them up for where they're heading in their universe for like movies and everything. I mean, there's now all the rumors of now we're going to get a Clone Wars like live action series with Hayden Christensen coming back. I think that would be awesome. He's really kind of very well. I think he's repaired his image with the Star Wars fans quite a bit with he was awesome in Ahsoka, I think.
Agree. Yeah.
And then Mandalorian and Ahsoka have really kind of set up for this next Star Wars franchise movie series that's going to be very fun.
They've been cooking over there in that kind of realm a good bit.
The Star Wars department is running circles around Marvel right now, I think, which is hard to do because Star Wars fans love to just hate everything. I feel like, at least on social media, they're very quick to just cast everything down as terrible. But so far, everything they've done in the last couple of years, ever since the Skywalker saga ended, has been like received very well.
Yeah, they were like, what do people like? They liked Rogue One, was very well liked, so they made Andor.
Yep.
And they said people love the Clone Wars stuff, and so they were like, oh, let's spin off that some.
Yep.
And bingo, bango, bongo. We got some hit TV shows. Who knew it was that easy?
Who knew?
All right, and I do have. I'll do my what to watch, or should I watch that after Tins's press release segment here?
All right, my press release is we're going back old school here, everybody. If you're new to the podcast, you might not know that your boys here, we love fast food. We love to eat. It's one of our favorite things.
I'm shocked.
I feel like for a stretch there, our press release, at least one of us were talking about a new food being released from a fast food place. Guilty as charged there. It's mostly mine.
Could be.
I think my Twitter algorithm is nothing but sports betting, and food. But that's how I live my life. Yeah, that's how I live my life.
What's the problem?
I see no problems. So to keep it back on brand, Chick-fil-A has announced that they have brought back their holiday season milkshake, the peppermint milkshake. Now, I am a big mint chocolate, peppermint mocha fan. What I don't like is this milkshake. I like pretty much anything that Chick-fil-A comes out with. I've really changed my mind on Chick-fil-A in the last year or so, where I really like Chick-fil-A now. Go out of my way to eat it. But this milkshake, I don't know. I don't like it's candy cane blended in a milkshake. And I'm just not about it. I think it's the worst holiday shake they have, the worst seasonal item that they ever bring back to Chick-fil-A. I could do without it. So I don't even think I'm going to get one.
Wow. Not one the whole season, huh?
No.
You're boycotting it?
I think I'm boycotting it. I think I'd rather go to a cookout and get an eggnog shake.
I was just going to bring this up.
Yeah.
I have a hot take for everybody.
Let's hear it.
I had some eggnog today from Weigel's.
Ooh.
Weigel's sells some eggnog. I was in there. I was like, you know what? It's past Thanksgiving.
It's time.
TikTok Christmas time. So I went and bought some eggnog. So good.
I think growing up as a kid, you think eggnog is gross. And so it's one of those things that you don't try until you become a brave adult. And I'm with you. I like eggnog. I like eggnog mixed in with stuff, though. I don't like it straight up. I know you can drink it by itself.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I can, but I prefer it in a milkshake form or something like that.
Yeah, I do like the milkshake from Cookout. Very good.
What is eggnog? Is it like a custard egg thing?
It's very custardy. Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is.
Thick. I just don't know what it's made.
It's got some spices in it. It's like a
cinnamon egg or nutmeg. A lot of
nutmeg,
times
big nutmeg.
Yeah. Some nutmeg, some cinnamon. That makes it good. Yeah. Maybe mix in some chocolate. Never know. I might try that. Could be good. But yeah, I've never actually really looked up what eggnog is because I'm sure.
Who knows? I think it's a mystery to everybody.
Might gross me out a little bit.
I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, do you want to know?
Because I know it.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because I used to work at Cookout as a general manager, and this time of year, people go crazy for the eggnog milkshake. And all it is their ice cream mix, and you dump in 1/4 cup of eggnog mix they have you go buy from Kroger. That's all it is. Sorry to call you out there, Cookout, but I didn't sign an NDA when I left.
Dang, he's tearing the place down.
No, never tearing down. I love Cookout. I think it's a top tier fast food restaurant.
Wow.
So ingredients in eggnog: 6 large egg yolks, half a cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, got it, tins, a pinch of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, ground cinnamon. That's it.
Wow.
Interesting. Who would have known? Eggs and eggnog, huh?
Who would have known?
For what I'm shocked.
I wonder if Chick-fil-A would ever do an eggnog milkshake.
I, for one, think they're a coward for not having it already.
You gotta try it at least once, Chick-fil-A.
What are we doing here?
So that was mine. I don't like the peppermint milkshake, even though I do like peppermint stuff.
Peppermint stuff, just not milkshakes.
At least not from Chick-fil-A, because they just blend up a candy cane. That's all it is. I think candy canes suck. I think that's what I'm getting to.
Just don't like candy canes.
You get peppermint a bonus segment of history with Messin about eggnog.
Ooh.
I found this little thing here.
You didn't even pay for this. Extra.
It's free. All right. Throughout Canada, the United States, and some European countries, eggnog is traditionally consumed over the Christmas season. From late October until the end of the holiday season, a variety called ponche crema has been made to consume and consumed in Venezuela and Trinidad since the 1900s, also as part of the Christmas season. During that time, commercially prepared eggnog is sold in grocery stores in these countries. Eggnog is also homemade using milk, egg, sugar, flavorings like we talked about. While eggnog is often served chilled, in some cases it is warmed. Huh, who would have known? Eggnog or eggnog flavoring may also be added to your drink, such as coffee, an eggnog latte, espresso drink, or desserts such as egg custard pudding. The origins, etymology, and the ingredients used to make original eggnog drinks are debated. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, we had to go back to the dictionary for this one. Nog was in quotations, a kind of strong beer brewed in the East Anglia. There's no way I pronounced that correctly.
No.
The first known use of the word nog was in 1693. Alternatively, nog may stem from noggin, the Middle English term for a small carved wooden mug used to serve alcohol. Posset, a curdled beverage of milk or either wine or ale, was a popular beverage in Britain that may have been precursor to eggnog. How are we doing?
I think you're okay to whatever that last word was.
Yeah.
That
one got you bad.
Some monks would add eggs and figs to posset. That sounds like a cuss word, but it's not. Watch us look this up, and it's a cuss word. However, the British drink was also called egg flip, from the practice of flipping, rapidly pouring the mixture between two pitchers to mix it. One dictionary lists the words eggnog as beginning an Americanism invented in the 1796 to 1775.
wow.
There's a lot more, but
Yeah.
I don't think everybody needs to know that much about eggnog. That's probably the
I
extent.
think that was great. I learned a lot.
History with Mason. Thank you.
Wow.
Don't say you didn't learn anything from the Next Guy podcast.
That's right.
Kicking off what you need after a long holiday weekend. You're driving to work Monday morning. You need to learn about eggnog. Get you through your day.
It sure did. Okay, so great press releases, everybody. I've got a should I watch that segment? A show that I've really been enjoying is one of the more popular. This actually came out originally during COVID time, and it's been very popular. It's a TV show called Invincible. Are you all familiar?
Yeah, I know what it is. I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone. If you're worried, if you're planning on watching it, I'm not planning to spoil anything. My idea for this segment is I'm just giving you my opinion on if it's good or not. Maybe a little bit of opinions on some of the content warnings, and if you're sensitive to certain things, just saying, hey, you might want to not watch this if you were worried about violence, because boy, is this maybe the most violent show I've ever seen ever. So the show is about superheroes at its core. It's about a superhero dad and son. The son's name is Invincible. The dad's name is Omni-Man. They just got added to Fortnite, by the way. Pretty cool skins. But so it's about these two characters and their journey. A lot of stuff happens. I'm not going to spoil anything, but they just got so the second season just started a few weeks ago. This season was spread in two parts, a first half and a second half. The first half just ended with this week's episode, or it came out last Thursday, and it's not coming back till January. So you have some time if you want to catch up. There's only 8 episodes in the first season, 4 in the second so far. So you're only 12 episodes out to catch up all of it. And they're not that long. I will say some so before we get to content warnings here, let's do the cast is pretty stellar. The voice act work is great. So we have Steven Yeun of Walking Dead fame is the main character. J.K. Simmons of a lot of different fames. The thing I know him most of is from the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
He's been in a jillion of them and has played J. Jonah Jameson, but he's also in Whiplash. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's a very good actor. He plays Omni-Man. We have Sandra Oh is playing Omni-Man's wife. Walton Goggins of Justified fame plays a character. And then if you just go down, Jason Mantzoukas, who's been in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and a bunch of stuff, he is a big character in it. And so there's a ton of voice actors who do some great work. So overall, it's a really fun show. Seth Rogen is in this newest season. He plays an alien. He's also one of the showrunners, I think. He's at least an executive producer. So let's say if you are wanting to watch this and you're not sure if it's for you, let's say that. There is a lot of language and a lot of violence. I would not say this is a children's show. It's animated. Maybe I didn't say that before. It's an animated show, but it is not for children under any circumstances. I would say it is very graphic with violence. There's not a lot of not a lot of sexual content, but there is a lot of violence and a lot of language. So there's your content warning for you. Overall, I really enjoy the show. I think it's good. I think if you like superhero movies and things like that, don't get turned off because it's animated. I think it's a really good thing to turn into. So there you go. Should I watch that? The answer is yes. You should watch Invincible.
From what I've seen, it's very popular. It's definitely got a lot of violence and stuff in it. I want to get into it, but I just have a very hard time with anything animated for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I even tried to go back and watch Pokemon from my heydays of life, and I just can't get into it. I don't know why. But
I have a hard time with Clone Wars sometimes for that reason.
Yeah, same thing.
I think I like Invincible because it's really high quality. Like I said, I think a lot of it is the voice work is very good, and it allows them to do a lot of stuff they couldn't do in real life. Like some of the gore and some of the violence they could not have pulled off in live action.
Yeah.
Like it's that significant where it only works if it's fake because it was pretty devastating. So let them do a lot of like really gruesome stuff, which is kind of just fun sometimes if you're a psycho.
I do have you said that so their skins are available in Fortnite. I have a Fortnite thing real fast.
Yeah.
So we've had the OG map, and they've been playing back all the old seasons up until like I guess where they're at now. Every week, I don't know. I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to. I've played a few times, but so apparently December 5th is the last day for the OG map, and then after that, Fortnite has there's a lot of weird rumors going on that the lobbies are now going to be like 300 players because they're combining every map ever made for Fortnite. Games are going to take a really long time. So I don't know if that's true. It's just one rumor I saw. But to celebrate them bringing back the OG map, this is apparently the last time we're ever going to see it. December 5th, and it's trying to circulate all over social media that it's a ceasefire day. So if you play Fortnite, don't shoot each other or anything. No trying to win. You just go around, run around, and enjoy the map for the last time.
Wow.
So we'll see if that happens. I'm going to hop on that day and see.
It's like in the Civil War when they would like celebrate Christmas with each other.
Right. Exactly.
That's the same idea.
So no battle royale.
That is really funny. I have played a few times this weekend as well, and I've had some free time, and it is fun. There's a big countdown clock, like Tim said, though, on the map, so counting down to that day.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. There you go. We're a Fortnite podcast now. Apparently.
Big Fortnite podcast.
All your Fortnite news right here.
come to us, Mason.
Yeah, I have a bonus. Should I watch that? But I'm asking you guys because I have not watched it.
Oh, you're asking the question, should I watch that?
Yeah, should I watch that? So we were scrolling through Netflix, and the number one on the rating for Netflix was Squid Games: The Challenge. And I don't know if either of you have heard. I was curious of the rating. So 4.7 on IMDb, 42 Rotten Tomatoes, and this other ranking, it's a 2.1. I don't know what Common Sense is ranking, but 2.1.
I've never heard of that one. Yeah. I've seen it. I do probably will watch it. I've not watched it yet. I did watch Squid Games when it first came out. I did enjoy it. I've not watched this show yet, though. It does look interesting. I think they're actually giving away like $4.5 million.
Yeah, that's what it is. $4.5 million. That's a lot. If you think of any other
game money,
they're all like $500,000 or $1 million. Like Survivor's like one of the ones that give out the most, which is $1 million. But I thought that was wild. How many contestants? It's like 700. It's a lot.
I think it was 456 contestants.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, actually, I think in the show it was 456,000, whatever type of money. But it was like each contestant was worth like $1,000 basically. So everyone that got eliminated, it was like an extra $1,000 that contributed to the pot.
Yeah, so it's 4.56 million.
So it's probably the same idea, but everyone's worth $10,000.
So for anybody that doesn't know, it's a challenge. It's an actual challenge with people that are competing for that money. That is basically the exact thing as what you saw in Squid Games in the show, like the Netflix show, popular Netflix show. Tinsley, any interest?
I've seen a lot of ads and stuff pop up for it on Netflix. I will say it's not going to be something I watch until after football season.
On the back burner.
I got a lot of stokes in the fire right now, and the Hunger, not Hunger Games, the Squid Games is not one right now I can try to commit to.
Let me tell you something about the Hunger Games from Mason. We had a conversation.
Go ahead.
Do it.
I'll ramp it back up. I'll stand by
we had a conversation while we were. So we could just wrap up. We make this the last thing we talk about. While we were all together over the weekend, the new Hunger Games movie is out, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's gotten some mixed reviews. I've heard it's not bad from a lot of people, but some people say it's not very good. So I've not watched that either. If I do, I will update you with should I watch that. But Mason had a couple of takes about the Hunger Games movies. Mason, can you give your take to the class?
Yeah, so the Songbird and Snakes movie, I thought it was showing the like how the game started. That is not the case. It's actually President Snow. But I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they just every single year or even did a series, but did a movie each year of the Hunger Games from start to where it ended. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of backlash from Tinsley and Zack, mostly making fun of it. It wasn't like, but I was like, well, you get to learn about Haymitch's story and where he came from, why he was an alcoholic in the Hunger Games with Katniss Everdeen. You get to figure all this out. It would be, riveting stuff. I would watch it every single time because it would be like action packed. But what if you're always like laughing and making fun of? Go ahead. We gotta recreate a little bit of that.
It was just the fact that you like wanted to see why the Hunger Games started and were interested in that. And it's like it's the rich people want to see all these kids kill each other. Why do you want that to be?
Yeah, the premise is the government is in charge, and to make everyone know, we're gonna have all these children murder each other on TV.
And Mason wanted to see.
And Mason was like, "I want to see some more of that content."
I think
You know what content I want? I want to see kids murdering each
Because
other.
the last time we saw the Hunger Games, Katniss ends all of that, and frees.
That's the whole point of the first Hunger Games is like, guys, we don't have to do this anymore.
And Mason's like, no, I want to see it from the beginning. Let's go back to when it was in its heyday.
I want to see Haymitch murder all the kids.
Okay, this sounds bad. I think
that's a bad take.
The Catching Fire was my favorite, and it's because they were all adults. And I guess for some reason I had that embedded in my head a little bit. The whole kids.
You want to see adults murder each other for fun, for show?
What's Squid Games? And you
as a show of.
Well, they're not really murder. They're fighting till the end, but you know what I mean. There's things where there's like games and stuff. There's murdering, and you're like, oh, I'll watch that.
Mason would have been a great Roman Empire like guy.
Yeah, he would love.
He would have loved the gladiator games.
Yeah, he loves. He said the capital is in charge. You know what we need more of? Child murders.
Mason loves
that we watch.
Big government.
He said, I wish the government had more control.
I'm not supporting any of it. It happened. Might as well make movies about it.
Celebrating it.
It'd be a money grab, I feel like, but I'm not celebrating it. No,
it's a money grab, everybody. He said, what about the hundreds of years? Why can't we get one for all of those years? Kids murdering each other until one is alive still.
I just meant just show the backgrounds of some of the other victors. That's all it was.
That's all he wants.
Because they had shown
the strongest child
them in a desert arena or whatever. We didn't get
just wants to see all the new arenas.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Your other
rest of the ground.
Your other take was I really want to know why did Haymitch end up being an alcoholic? What happened to him? I don't know. Maybe because he killed 13 people.
He was forced by the government to murder people.
Or he would be murdered. You don't think that guy's got a couple of vices, but he's got an excuse for liking the drink a little bit? And you wonder why.
That's a bad take, I guess.
There you go, folks. There you have it.
Star Wars and their 5 billion movies, and I was just coming up with another franchise.
More sequels.
More sequels. Start from the beginning.
It does check out. He is a big Maze Runners fan too, so
yeah.
Mason likes seeing children put to challenging situations or die.
Ooh.
Sounds pretty bad when you put it like that. I'm gonna be getting.
Yep.
Just because you're getting hate mail about Dolly doesn't mean that you have to portray me to get.
Oh, this isn't me distracting. I didn't get anything about Dolly Parton because I said what everybody's thinking. She can't sing anymore. The only person who's mad at me was my daughter.
What no one's thinking, which is let's see, 250 years of games that we.
Got you there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Got him.
All right.
I want all the action, okay? Just give me action.
He just wants some killings.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
We can actually. I have one more thing we can wrap up with. This was my trivia for the day. Tins, Mason, are you ready?
I'm ready. Always ready.
It kind of wraps up with this conversation a little bit. It's a little early, but I'm looking at 2023 box office numbers for the year. I just want to see if we can name some of the top 10 movies. It's pretty interesting to see where it all shakes out. We were talking about before the pod how the Wish movie from Disney wasn't doing very good numbers. It actually was doing pretty bad numbers. But there's been some pretty big movies this year as well. So I was just going to talk through it and see if you guys could guess some of the top 10 grossing movies of the year.
All right, let's get it.
Just have any guesses?
The new Avatar movie?
The new Avatar movie is actually number...
Might not have been this year. I don't know.
It came out December of last year.
Okay.
So its numbers are a little bit wonky, actually. Okay. It says it only grossed $283 million. But I'm pretty sure that number is actually much larger than that. Actually, it doesn't say it is.
I don't think it did anywhere near the first one.
It says 684 million total gross,
Huh. Okay.
which is still pretty big.
So, yeah. All right. Well, then shoot.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm
Some
trying to
obvious
think of Disney
ones.
movies. Oh, yeah, obvious ones as well. Go ahead, Tins.
I was just saying, obvious Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Barbie's number 1, 636 million. Oppenheimer's number 5, 325 million. So there's 3 more movies between Barbie and Oppenheimer.
It wasn't. We just talked about Hunger Games, was it?
No.
No.
Dang it.
They're all movies that you would recognize.
It's not been to me a big movie year. Nothing I can really
See, I didn't think there's not been any billion-dollar movies, but there's been a lot in that like $300 million range.
Did we have a big Marvel movie this year?
No.
We did. Yes, 2 of them are actually Marvel movies, and that
The Marvels. I don't know.
Oh,
Not the Marvels.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Guardians of the Galaxy number 4, 358 million.
and then Thor.
Yeah.
No, Thor was not this year.
Wasn't there another Spideyverse?
There was, in fact, Mason. Very good.
Spider-Man.
Number 3, Across the Spider-Verse. Yep.
Those do really
Very good
well
movie.
for some reason. Those are like,
They're good. They're on.
It's because I liked it. It was very good.
They're on Netflix.
Yeah, it just came on streaming, I think, actually. Yeah.
It's very good.
I was gonna say the Fast and Furious movie.
It actually is on the
Probably
list
is. Yeah, it's on the
somewhere.
list.
17.
Yeah, greatest.
Okay, any other guesses for number 2?
No, I don't have one.
Elementals. I don't know.
The Super Mario Brothers movie. 574 million.
Dang.
Number 6, Little Mermaid. Number 8 is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Number 9, John Wick.
Oh my.
Number 10, Sound of Freedom. That was like a movie that came out of nowhere a little bit. Number 11, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour.
All right.
Fun fact. Number 12, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which drops on Disney Plus in December 1st. I'm going to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'll do a should I watch that on it.
Net worth, like how much they spent to make it compared to how much it cost. I would look that list up because it literally cost them just camera guys to go out on the concert to film, and she got number 11. Where you're talking about, like, I know Avatar was last year, but those tons of money, tons.
You're talking about like budget versus.
Yeah.
It's probably it might be number 1 on the year. You're right.
Probably most bang for her buck on that.
Our Sound of Freedom may be up there too. That was kind of like an independent film that blew up.
Yeah.
I spent like a couple $1,000s on camera guys to run out there. She was already
A couple thousand is pretty low, probably. Mason's like, they probably paid somebody $100 to go film it, just edit it on iMovie, put it out there in theaters. Yeah, Marvels is pretty low. Blue Beetle's pretty low. There were definitely some. Cocaine Bear, 64 million, 38.
Cocaine Bear, baby.
Big stuff. Yep. That's a pod, folks.
Good work, everybody.
We feel good. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Oh, great. About to go smash a Red Baron pizza.
All right. Go Eagles.
Eagles.
This game is getting tight. We're going to watch the rest of it, see if our parlay hits. In the meantime, check back on Friday. See if we want to hit our parlay or not. The boys are getting pretty hot gambling. Tens is making money hand over fist. He's about to quit his job, is what I heard, and become full-time.
There's rumors swirling.
There's rumors about it, yeah. So make sure you check in because there's big stuff happening. Conference championships are this week for college football, so it's big time. We might give a little bit of details about our parlay that we have cooking up over there too, if you check in on Friday's pod. So that's the episode. We hope you guys have a great week back from Thanksgiving. We will see you on Friday.